camera during the webinar to avoid interruptions. Second, mute microphones to prevent audio feedback during the presentation. Third, post your questions at the chat box and specify if the question is for part 1 for OER or part 2 for ebooks presentation. Fourth, note that the questions will be read after the presentation. Likewise, questions on how to access the database will be addressed during the second part of the webinar. Thank you. For participants who cannot join us via Zoom, please note that we are also live via Facebook and YouTube. We are flashing the information on screen. Now, to officially begin the third USC Library System webinar series on open educational resources for faculty and ebooks resources for teaching and learning, let us first seek God's blessing for wisdom, love for learning, and hope for a new beginning as we pray in silence and reflect this afternoon's prayer. Lord, we come before you. A moment. Sir Mark, can you move the screen just a little bit? Sir Mark. Sir Mark?
Yes, Miss.
Can you move the screen? I can't see the prayer.
Move already.
A moment, ha. Miss Charlene.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you read it for me? I can't see it on screen.
Okay, Lord, we come before you today to give you honor, to give you honor and praise. You are the source of all that is. The source of all our blessings. Thank you for every gift that we have been given, for the opportunity to gather together. We ask for your hand and blessing to cover all the people involved in this webinar. We ask that you would guide and direct this afternoon's activity so that it will become a fruitful of wisdom and productivity. Thank you for keeping us safe and well as you lead us to accomplish your work for the good of all through your hands. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you for that, Miss Charlene. Welcome everyone to the USC Library System. We are pleased to know that you are joining us online, safe and sound. It is our intention that we journey with the academic community of teachers and learners in providing free, open, accessible, reliable information and resources in this challenging time. We hope that this session will be an opportunity for everyone to adopt flexible ways and use library resources effectively to make academic work easier. So for our objectives this afternoon, we have 3. First is to learn the basics of open educational resources. Second would be to realize the importance of using these free and open resources in academic research and instruction. Third would be to use these resources effectively in classroom instruction. So for this afternoon, what is OER? First, we have to define it. It refers to open educational resources that refers to educational resources such as quizzes, syllabi, instructional modules, simulations, and others that are freely available for use, reuse, adaptation, and sharing. So for this afternoon, I'd like to introduce our speaker. He is a library and reading advocate. He's been working and specializing on the topics on library system and technologies for 5 years. He was one of the Ayala Young Leaders Delegate in 2015 and awarded as a model librarian in 2017 by the Associations of Special Libraries in the Philippines. He was a participant for a study tour for digital humanities and scholarship in libraries, archives, and museums in Germany last 2018. A graduate of Bachelor and Library and Information Science, BLIS, at the University of the East Manila, and a candidate for Master of Library and Information Science at the same time at the same university. A library speaker and a consultant, please help me welcome Mr. Kevin Conrad T. Tansiongco, RL.
Okay,
Sir
good afternoon,
Kevin.
everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, ma'am. Um, First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to the University of San Carlos Library System for inviting me to talk about open educational resource. So I'll start sharing my screen, sir.
Yes, please, sir. We can see it now, sir.
You can see it.
Yes, sir, Kevin. We can see.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so So my discussion for this afternoon is to give you a background about open educational resources, or what we call OER. I also give a subtopic to say that this is your way to open access learning, research, and teaching materials. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir, Kevin.
Yes, sir,
Okay,
we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so again, I'm Kevin Conrad Tansiongco. I'm a founder of a Magbasa Tayo movement who advocate for libraries and reading advocate, aside from the full-time work that I'm doing as a product specialist for library management and security solution. So you can find me on Facebook as Ken the Librarian, and at the same time on YouTube and other social media platforms. So today, our learning outcomes goes with these topics. First, understand the term Open Educational Resources, or OER, where it started and why it started. Secondly, know the benefits of Open Educational Resources, or OER. And lastly, consider how Open Educational Resources, or OER, can impact our work. OER, or open access, as I've mentioned earlier in the definition. Um, at the same time, we librarians and information professionals also encourage and recommend to our faculty and other learners or clients of the libraries to use this kind of materials. And I tell you later on why it's important also to check on this kind of resources. Let's start by just giving you um, a situation necessary and most effective, especially this time of pandemic. OER has been available since 2002. It's been available to formalize OER, and in recognition to OER, it started in 2002. But is this time of pandemic where majority of our libraries or physical libraries are closed, and there is a challenge for us to visit and use our print materials, there's an influx of use of electronic resources, which includes OER. According to UNESCO, for a call for joint action supporting learning and knowledge sharing through OER, the COVID-19 crisis has resulted in a paradigm shift on how learners of all ages worldwide can access learning. It is therefore more than ever essential that the global community comes together now to foster universal access to information and knowledge through OER. OER is only one way of, or it's only a one platform where we can get this kind of resources. But we have a lot of resources in the libraries that we could provide for you. We continue to advocate as a librarians and libraries for universal access to information and knowledge without any discrimination or prejudice. That's why there are ways for open access resources. I just wanted to give you the history of OER, where it started and why it started. UNESCO is the only United Nations agency with a dedicated OER program. The term Open Education Resource was first coined in 2002 at a forum organized by UNESCO on open courseware in higher education. In November 2019, the 40th UNESCO General Conference adopted the UNESCO OER recommendation, which is the only international standard setting framework in this area worldwide. So technically, this is a recognized program. This is a recognized resources by UNESCO that allows sharing, collaboration of information and resources to all around the world. The UNESCO's mandate on OER believes that universal access to information through high quality education contributes to peace, sustainable social and economic development, and intercultural dialogue. OER provide a strategic opportunity to improve the quality of learning and knowledge sharing, as well as improve policy dialogue, knowledge sharing, and capacity building globally. And with this mandate of OER, one of the member of this mandate includes the International Federation of Library Association and Institution, which is the International Association for Libraries and Librarians. Same thing as an advocate for information access, we believe that OER can help a lot in contributing for a universal access around the world. So what is open educational resources? So let's add some of the definition aside from the definition mentioned earlier. According to UNESCO, OER are teaching, learning, and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits no cost access, use adaptation, and redistribution by others with no or limited restrictions. Open educational resources also are part of open content, open educational resources, open courseware, are educational materials which are discoverable online and openly licensed. So OER can be accessed through the web, through the internet, and by the help of your librarians in the library, we can recommend and suggest of what are the specific OER platforms that you can use for your specific subjects, curriculum, or syllabi that you're doing as of the moment. Open educational resources are also shared, used, redistributed, and improved with open license. So if you're familiar with Creative Commons, that includes the open license for this kind of material. So as you can see, anyone who has the knowledge are able to share their researches, their modules, or their learnings coming from different area around the world. It could be used always also distributed or improved, just having a proper attribution of who or where they get the material. But it's open for sharing. Why there is a code or a philosophy for open movement, why it started. So as you can see, change in philosophy towards an open movement. With open movement, as you can see, there are a lot of campaign, a lot of advocates to call for open society, open source software, open data, open access, OER, open science, open licenses, and a lot. Why it started, I think of in my opinion, each researchers or educators or anyone who has the knowledge wanted to share it to all. We do research or we start a simple problem or a research problem because we wanted to solve something. We wanted to create a new knowledge where it can be shared around the world. I think any researcher or any educator would agree for to me, same thing with librarians, that we have this knowledge. We start creating information, knowledge to be shared and not to be kept on our cabinets or on our own computers. But we create knowledge and information for us to be shared to others and to help them in their own research and in their own learning. This is a way for collaboration and collaborative learning for each educators and researchers around the world. So if you're also familiar and heard the campaign for open science, open data, where anyone or who would love to join the movement, they will allow their researches, their topics to be put on the internet under the open license and be shared to all. So that's the idea or the philosophy of the open movement that includes OER. So what are the three main areas of activity of OER? How to start an OER, where to put OER resources, and how it can be shared. First, OER or Open Educational Resources comprises three main areas of activity. First, the creation of open source software and development tools to produce, store, share, search, access content, spaces for communities of learning and practice. So you can start it on your own as a group of educators or with the help of the library and and the university to start an open source software that would be the repository or the platform where you put all your learning materials. Second, it's the creation and provision of open content. So this would be the discussion if you or as the educator or the researcher, the partners who would include their papers would allow for open content, open courseware, open content projects, free courses, learning object repositories. And lastly, development of open standards and licensing tools. So if you remember earlier on my first slide, there is the open licenses tools that you can use to also at the same time give protection and security on those OER. As you can see, OER is made for us to share what we know and to share what recreated and as a new knowledge. This is on a way that goes to collective intelligence. One author says that if you put together a big enough and diverse enough group of people, that group's decision will over time be intellectually superior to the isolated individual, no matter how smart or well formed he is. I believe that more brains who are working for a certain topic or for a certain project is better than having only one person who's working on it. So this is the idea of creating OER. It's a collaborative work of all educators to share what we know and what we have on our researches. So what can OER do? What can OER can bring you or what you can get from OER? First, R emphasizes learning communities and learning engagement. Because now, especially this time, that we have a limited learning engagement in terms of physical classes, physical classrooms. Through OER, it emphasizes learning communities to share and to have an engagement for every educators and for every students. And second, OER supports development of skills needed for problem solving. So in creating OER, because it's collaborative, there's a lot of individuals who work with this. There's a skills that will be enhanced to address problem solving easily rather than alone. OER supports again and again collaborative work, and it would be enhance our skills in doing so. And lastly, this one, OER creates opportunities for personalized learning. At the same time, because OER can be accessed anytime, anywhere, it will be your own or self-paced working or learning experience. You can have your own personalized learning. So as you can see, OER can address different type of learning depending on how our clients, our educator would love to learn through the OER contents. Same thing, OER allows students to create and share their own content. We also encourage, aside from educators, that students can start and share their own content through OER, maybe with the guidance of our faculty, our librarians, on where to get factual information as to be used as reference and as a source for information to be used in creating their own OER. So OER and the Web 2.0 most likely goes in openness. The idea or the main idea of this OER is to be open to all. So as you can see in the framework, we have collaboration from blogs, wikis, social networks, microblogs, which are informal mode of learning where anyone can create their blogs, where anyone can create their own wikis, social networks, microblogs, and the like. And also we have content RSS feeds, social bookmarking, syndication, and dissemination. And lastly, the Creative Commons for licensing, attribution, sharing, and ownership and IP or intellectual property. At the end of the day, OER, with the help of ICT technologies, since then it started, can help us to be open to all in terms of educational resources. So let's go to benefits of OER to each one of us. Number one, sharing development, cost of learning resources among institution and professional communities means a better return to public investment. So through OER, we can get a lot of public investment. We can share our professional learnings to communities so that we can help a lot to them, to our communities, in sharing what we know. Aside from those who are only within the walls of the university. So here we are open for sharing for development. We open it to the public of what we know and what we learn. Next one, it's we promote digital competencies for knowledge society, tools and content that enable learners to develop their creativity and critical thinking. So with OER, we also promote digital competencies. Like for example, we teach them to be critically thinker in terms of looking for resources to be used in their studies and in their research. Critical thinking in a way to dissect and look for information that could help them decide of what is the true and what is the fake news or information coming from the web. So through OER, we promote those kind of competencies and skills to them. Next one, we improve the quality of content, quality control, feedback, and improvement across the alliances, communities, and networks that share the content. Because it's open and it's a collaborative work, we promote and improve quality of content because through the alliances and through the group of all the educators who put their resources on OER, who upload their resources as an OER, we improve the quality of those researches by sharing each other's feedback and each other's comment on every aspect of learnings and resources. Like, for example, we are sharing the experiences that we have, the learning methodologies that we use here right now in the Philippines. And somehow it could, when we upload it on the web, and someone from other countries would find that article of, or that resources, could also share what they are experiencing this time of pandemic on the educational learning methodologies in their countries. And that could be a way for us to recheck, reassess of what's the best methodologies to be used and to address and just to enhance the way we do it in our country. Second one is we support um, learning and social inclusion. Lifelong learning is very important to us educators and librarians. We promote lifelong learning to all. Don't stop learning because learning can bring you to a lot of things, can bring you to a lot of experiences. Accessibility of resources previously unavailable to specific group of peoples. But right now, with OER, anyone who has the access to internet can be able to get information. Next one, it offers flexibility in choosing from a broader range of subjects and topics for teaching and learning. We have a group of educators or alliances that creates OER per subject. You can also choose on a general topics, and you can also have it specified topics for teaching and learning. And another thing, saves time and effort through the reusing of resources, for which IPR copyright issues have already been resolved. Because of following the Creative Commons licensing or the open licensing, we are sure that those materials are also following and respecting the intellectual property rights of each authors and that we protect, and the copyright issues have already been resolved already to those materials in the OER materials. So now that we're done to what is OER, what's the benefits or the advantage of OER, I'll show you some example of OER available, which I shared online on our advocacy um, movement or on Magbasa Tayo movement. We share open access or open educational resources. Why we continue to promote this, not necessarily as your primary source for teaching or for your creating of your modules, but also it could be your supplemental. It's a supplemental resources that you can use aside from those databases subscriptions, aside from those library materials that we have, because OER are free. OER can easily be accessed. So if you have the time to look for it, check on those materials, and if you can find necessary materials that you could use for your modules, for your syllabi, it could help. So here, I'll just show you some compilation of OER that we got from some webinars and also sharing of other educators and librarians on the webinars. Oh, okay. We've already put definition of OER. Like for example, we have BC Campus. So you can access it at https colon slash bcampus.ca. That's one. Second, we have OpenStax College. Most of them are general education. So just go to the site, go to the URL, and look for resources that you can get. Some, there are available activities already, available lesson plans, available modules, available other resources that they compiled for that certain topic or subject. Second, we have Oasis, that Geneseo that Edu. We have Mason OER Meta Finder. We have Merlot, the multimedia educational resource for learning and online teaching. We have Open Textbook Library. So those are some examples of OER that you can get and access on the internet. Actually, OER can be easily accessed on the web. Just look for Open Educational Resources List or OER platforms. And then there's, you can also get from UNESCO under Open Educational Resource Platform. There's a lot of a list of members of the alliance where you can get necessary information. At the same time, I saw that University of San Carlos Library System also promotes and encourage every learners and faculty in the university to check on OER. So they provided you a simple infographic or instruction of what OER is and what you can get from OER, what are the benefits, and some examples. And I think this would be a very good resource for your modules. At the same time, since COVID-19 starts since January, in April 28, 2020, UNESCO as the main advocate for OER call for joint action to support learning and knowledge sharing through open educational resources or OER. The global COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted learning and knowledge sharing worldwide, at its peak affecting 1.57 billion learners in 191 countries. In this unprecedented context, OER represent a crucial means to support the continuation of learning in both formal and information settings. They shared the information framework of the OER adopted by its General Conference in November 2019, which I mentioned earlier. UNESCO member states committed to promote the use of OER for open sharing of knowledge and learning in the following areas. Number one, capacity building and use of OER. Second, developing supportive policy. Third, effective, inclusive, and equitable access to quality OER. Lastly, our next one is nurturing the creation of sustainability models for OER and facilitating international cooperation. And on my slide, you can also get the PDF file or the document for the statement for call for joint action of UNESCO. Today, we are at a pivotal moment in history. The COVID-19 crisis has resulted in a paradigm shift on how learners of all ages worldwide can access learning. I hope that through OER, we can open more and we can continue to advocate more for learning. I know how challenging it is for all of us educators and librarians to continue to promote learning even though there's a pandemic. I know that we can do it, and I know, and I'm very optimistic that we together can create a better learning experience with our educators and with our students and learners with the help of our libraries and librarians. As my end note to end this webinar and to end this session, let's maximize all available information and resources to support instruction, learning, and research. I do believe that each one of us has the same vision, has the same objective, and has the same advocacy. That we wanted to continue education, that we wanted to continue the learning. I know that this pandemic will not stop from learning. This pandemic will not stop us from serving our people, our users, and our clients. And I do hope, and I would advocate for all. Let's be partner. Let's work together for a better learning experience. With that, daghang salamat, maraming salamat po. And again, I'm Kevin Conrad, Tansiongco. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Kevin, for giving us an informative discussion on the OER. At this point, we will be checking your questions through the chat box. Do we have some questions for the speaker?
Checking on the chat box, there's none. I believe there are only message of thank you or gratitude. Anybody? Anybody who have a question? Miss Mary, there's
Anybody?
one. There is
I
one.
think I can see a question, ma'am,
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I think this is from John Tami Naraha.
Yes, Sir Kevin.
Yeah. If you don't mind, can I read it directly? Yes. Sir Kevin, is it possible to have OER offline? Okay. We'll go back to the objective why OER is here and why OER started. It's OER. It's to promote collaborative and sharing of information. Maybe at the start, you can create with your group or with your fellow to create resources and put it on a repository. But I would love to suggest that our end goal must be to make it available online, to make it available on the web so that we can share it to other educators around the world. So I'm not saying that it is not possible. Maybe you can start compiling, you can start doing your learning materials, put it on a one repository. And after that, if you are ready to make it available online, that would be our very good resources that we could share to other fellow educators, to our fellow researchers around the world. And I think it would be better to be shared so that our researches, our learning materials could be able also to be part of the collaborative learning experience around the world, not only on our institution, not only on our country, but also sharing our best practices of learning experiences and methodologies to other countries. I think that would be a great advocacy also to everyone.
Thank you, Sir Kevin. Any more questions?
Thank you, ma'am. I think I can also see another question here. Let me read it. Question is how to guide the members to use OER. Okay. if you are not so confident on using OER, like for example, you're just starting to look for OER, first, I would suggest to by starting reading, read materials about OER, how it was done, what is the framework in doing OER, read materials from UNESCO. They have a good materials about OER. And another one is that also maximize your library. Go to your librarians, talk to them if you have questions about OER, because I'm pretty sure our librarians are willing to help you to understand how OER can help you in doing your materials or in doing your learning modules and syllabi. So that's what I can suggest for now. Thank you.
So at this point, do we have some comments from the audience? If there's none, we can, okay, I'll just give some of my thoughts for this session. So basically, OER holds the principle of open learning.
Miss Mary,
Sharing, yes, ma'am.
I believe there's still one.
There's still one.
Can you read the one from Ma'am Lian?
Okay. There's one question from Ma'am Magno. Here it goes. If OER aims to promote universal access to educational resources, this might be challenging for others who have no access to internet connection. Sir Kevin, can
Yeah.
you answer? Okay,
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, actually, with regards to that, that's one challenging matter. It's like the same thing that we are experiencing right now with the pandemic. And like for example, library services to stop physically, schools closes physically because of the pandemic. In my own opinion, with our uh, era right now, internet connection is one of the main platform or way to access information. It's hard or it's sad really to see places or communities who don't have resources to internet. But I think hopefully the government can help us to make internet free, available, and accessible in our country. Because internet now is one of our easiest way to access this kind of resources, to make it easy access, to make it efficient access. Like in terms of universal access, the point here is that with regards to content, but I do understand. I really understand the concern of this concern on internet. But then again, we can still share our resources, not having internet. Like for example, in the library, we keep on doing right now document delivery service. We send our materials through courier just to reach our clients. There are libraries where librarians deliver the books to their students and faculty just to make sure that they can bring resources. But then again, going back to access, I think through universal access right now, internet connection is a must that we need to look into. As of the moment, maybe it's an institution based investment, but hopefully, through our movement, through our collaborative work, hopefully, if we can go together as an advocate and hopefully it can reach our government, our call for internet access, it would be better. And I think time will came that it will be done because as you can see right now, today with because of pandemic, it's an eye opener to everyone of what we need and what we need to invest to assure that information can be accessible anytime, anywhere. So hopefully, I was able to enlighten um, Miss Eleanor with regards to my answer to your questions.
Sir
Let's
Kevin,
pray. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Mary.
there's a follow-up on that question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give some examples for different disciplines with regards to OER, such as linguistics, literature, communication, biology?
Okay. With regards to specific titles, as of this moment, I was not able yet to find as an a specific platform or OER for that specific subjects. Honestly, what I got or what I look for now, because up until now, I continue check and learn more about OER because we promote it with our partner communities for our advocacy group. Maybe I'll try to look for it and then I'll share it to the library, to USC library, and to send it to to Miss Miss or Mr. Edelio and Mr. or Miss Magno. Sorry, for now if I cannot provide you immediately, but I'll try to find a way to look for an OER specifically for that subject.
Sir, there's one more question.
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
there copyright issues on copying materials from OER?
Okay. With regards to copyright, that's what we've mentioned earlier. This is under the Creative Commons or open license. So OER can be shared, OER can be used, redistributed, and even improved. So, but take note that it should be with proper and right attribution. So most likely, it with regards to the usual copyright that we have, it has some intervention to a separate topic on Creative Commons. So it is more on open licensing. That's why this OER is under that license in terms of sharing and distribution. So always remember, I think in all resources that we read, in all resources that we use, um, always and always respect the author or the writer of the material. Uh, Maybe it's not hindi parang hindi naman po siya ganun kahirap or it's not hard to attribute them. Just include their group or their name, the author's affiliation or what in the modules that we are doing. Okay?
Sir, there's one more from our faculty from the Department of Political Science,
Yes, ma'am.
Professor Abrenica. Has there been any legitimacy issues on materials from OER, just so that fake materials can be avoided?
Okay. With regards with regards to legitimacy issues on materials from OER, so yeah, so that fake materials are avoided. This is what we do in information literacy. As librarians, we teach our faculty and our users how to properly look for the legitimacy of the platform. um, we have available list of OER that you can share. At the same time, if you're not so sure on the platform that you are using, I would recommend and suggest that you ask your librarians to help you to find or look for the legitimacy of the platform because OER could be one way. It's wiki or blogs or anything in the net. So I would suggest to do fact checking, maybe at the same time get more resources about that certain topic to validate some information. And that's one of the librarian skills that can help you. So if you're not so sure about the materials or the platform that you are checking, you can go to the library, check with your librarians, and the librarians will help you out to find its legitimacy.
Okay. There's one more follow-up, but I think you've answered it.
Yes, ma'am.
But for just for clarification, there's a follow-up here that maybe we can have a list of tips on how to check legitimate platforms.
Okay.
That's okay.
Noted po. We'll try to find or to create an infographic about the legitimacy platform or tips on how to check on that. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Thank you very
OER
much,
comments.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, wait a moment. There's one more question. Sir Kevin, how about the OER Commons website with the different resources from various fields? I think it's also related with the first question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
wait, I just want to add here with OER Commons. OERcommons.org is a legit factual information or website that you can use. This is an alliance, and I recognize alliance of global open educational resource materials. So I would suggest, yes, thank you very much for sharing. I just forgot it earlier, but that's one good source for OER materials.
thank you, Sir Kevin. So we will be wrapping up the session if there's no more question. So OER basically uses the principle of open learning and sharing of resources to the public or to the community. It also advocates collaborative learning and knowledge sharing together with other educators all over the world so that learning can now be shared and be felt beyond borders. So, Sir Kevin, thank you very much. Now we will have a 10-minute break for everyone. Please do not leave the Zoom meeting while having a break, since readmission to the session might be difficult afterwards. Hello, welcome back, everyone. We welcome you to the second part of the webinar. This time, the session will be on ebook resources for teaching and learning. This afternoon, we have 3 speakers lined up for you. The first speaker for Gale Reference Complete has been with Gale for 5 years and handling a position as an account manager for Philippines and Oceania territory. His main role is to promote online resources for the library and is working closely with local distributors in the country. If not doing sales, his other role is to conduct product training to the end users like students, faculty, and library personnel. Please help me welcome Mr. Frederick de Guzman. The second speaker for Wiley Online is the Business Development Manager of Megatex Philippines, Mr. Alan James Rosalita. The third speaker is for World Scientific eBooks, is currently based in Singapore as an account manager in sales, Southeast Asia for World Scientific Publishing. With 11 years of experience in the publishing industry in Singapore, has a degree in Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in Management Accounting, University of Cebu, Philippines, 1999. Mr. Christopher Heraldizo. Please help me welcome the 3 speakers, and your questions will be addressed after all the presentation has been made. Miss Charlene, I think it's time for Sir Frederick de Guzman to do the presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Mary, is Sir Fred there already?
Not yet, ma'am. I think Miss Charlene.
Hello. Sir Fred is having trouble with his mic. He
Can we go
said
to the next?
he cannot unmute his mic.
Okay,
A
can we go
moment.
to Sir Alan first?
All right.
Proceed with Sir Alan.
Okay, Sir Alan. May we have you as our presenter?
Yes, good afternoon. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. So I will be the one to present first.
Sir, Sir Allen?
Ma'am Con, sorry. Okay, so yes, good afternoon to everybody.
Good
I hope you
afternoon.
are okay and safe there in Cebu. So I would like to introduce again myself. I am Allen, and I'm handling the business development unit of Megatex Philippines Incorporated. We have been in the business in providing educational materials such as books, journals, and other library services and technologies for over 20 years. We have been in partner with San Carlos already for the past 15 years, and I'm here to present to you the products that they have with us, which is the Wiley Online Library. So I want to check first if you already nakita niyo ba yung sa screen ko?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So it is listed here dito sa portal ng library of the Wiley Online Library. So let's click this one. Okay. Wait. Okay, so this is the homepage of Wiley Online Library. This is a digital platform owned by John Wiley and Sons Incorporated, which is one of the top global publishers. And this is the platform wherein you can find these three types of resources. So number one are the journals, currently in 1600 titles, reference works 225, and Wiley Online Books for 22,000 plus books. Now, if you're asking me what type or what subjects you can find here in Wiley Online Library, as shown in the screen, these are grouped according to agriculture, architecture, art and applied, business, chemistry, computers, environmental, earth and space sciences, humanities, law and criminology, life sciences, mathematics, medicine, nursing, physical sciences and engineering, psychology, social and behavioral sciences, and veterinary medicine. So if you click down the scroll, you can find the specific subjects under this group. So what you can find here, when you click, like for example, itong business and management, you will be prompted with the homepage of this particular subject and list down all the subtopics under. So if we click this one, public administration and management, here we will be directed to the search results. So you have two options actually on how to discover these resources. The first one is the articles and chapters. And the second one are the publication titles. Okay, so as you can see, there are 10,746 articles and chapters related to public administration. As you can find on the left side of the screen, you can further filter these 10,746 into various publication types. Available here are journals and books by publication date or by publication year. And then you can also filter if you want to view the open access contents. And since public administration for this particular subject is also studied by other subjects, ito po yung mga related na mga public administration contents in various disciplines. So, one thing na dapat tandaan po ng mga users is ito pong ganito na icon. This one says that this is open access. So, regardless if whether nasa labas o kayo ng school or at the comfort of your home, you can open and access this one. So going back here, nakalista po dito sa portal ng San Carlos Library, etong dalawa. The Digital Resources for Consortium of Engineering Libraries of the Philippines, which is SELF, and the Digital Resources of Wiley Online Library for Southern Philippine Consortium. So this consists of schools in Visayas and Mindanao Consortium. So let's talk first about etong sa SELF. So San Carlos has been one of the founding members of the Consortium of Engineering Libraries. This consists originally of 12 schools. So nakikita niyo dyan sa screen kung ano po yung mga schools that are member of this group. So andyan po yung Ateneo de la Salle Manila, UST, Xavier, MSU-IIT, UP Diliman, and UP Los Baños, and including Mapua. So this group, what you can find here are engineering and engineering related titles. So as you have seen, as what you have seen here sa nagawang dedicated page, na-filter ko po yung mga koleksyon na na-contribute ng University of San Carlos. So up to date, umabot na po to ng 1,000 titles of books that are perpetually owned by San Carlos. There is another group wherein San Carlos participated, which is this one, the Wiley Online Books Southern Philippine Consortium. This consortium consists of 6 schools, such as Ateneo de Davao, MSU Jensan, Coheso College, University of Mindanao, and Holy Name, Bohol. So, the coverage of books that you can find here are multidisciplinary po. So, as you can see, as to the subjects, you can filter po here sa ibabaw. Let's say for this one, yes. And then, since this is all books, you can also type in here if you know the title of the book para ma-filter ano siya further. And then, you can also filter on the contributing library, which is on the right side po. So, if you want to discover what are those ebooks that are purchased by San Carlos, for the Wiley publications, you can go over with these two listings here sa portal po. Now, we are going to the homepage of the book na binili po ng San Carlos. For example, this one is the Accounting Best Practices. You can find here the book cover and the book full information such as itong publication year and the copyright. On the lower part of the screen, you will be shown by the contents of this one. So naka-itemize po dyan by chapter ang viewing. So you will know na meron kayong access on this one if you have this one, itong full access na icon. Okay. So if we click this particular na chapter, you will have this direct object identifier, and then meron husang summary before you will open the book. There are also research tools that is found in the platform that you can utilize. So such as itong export citations, you can add it to the favorites if you have an account with Wiley. You can create here. You can find it here dito sa upper right side. And then you can also track the citation. On the lower part, if you want to view other related na mga books, meron din pong ibibigay dito na mga related na articles or book chapters. So you have a further readings of this particular na subject. And then there are also information that you can find here by keywords. And then further po yung mga publication information. So since the book is the model that we sold to San Carlos is perpetual. You can download it as a PDF po. So in this case, you have the option to download it by chapter or the full book. So let's try to open if for the chapter book. Okay. So ito po yung ito po yung this is the PDF that we are viewing right now. So you can do the reading by itself ganito, you can do the zoom in yan. And then if you want to have a file of this one because you think na wala ka ng internet connection later on, then you can download this one. You just have to click this icon. And then you will be prompted sa inyong computer or where would you like to save it. Another functionality is you can also print it right away. Yan po. Okay. So basically, itong platform ng Wiley is very straightforward. You will be provided with the exact book na binili po ng schools and then you will directly access it and read it offline as a means of a PDF file po. So let me reiterate, but as to the collection of what you can access, for this one, you can only find itong mga engineering and engineering related topics dito sa self, and then the other one is a multidisciplinary. Okay, so are there any question po? Ma'am Mary?
Sir,
Ma'am, may question po or
a moment. We will check. I think we will address the question after every one of you has presented.
okay.
Okay. Sige.
So thank you po very much for listening.
Welcome, sir. Sir Fred, are you okay now to present?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir Fred, welcome back. The floor is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. And hi, Ma'am Con. I'll just have to share my screen right now, and I'll be discussing the Gale Reference Complete. So this is a complete package that San Carlos just recently renewed. So let me just have it share. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So these are the package or the products under the Gale Reference Complete package. So as you can see here, you have not just one product, but several products in the platform. So we have the premier products from e-journals. We also have the Gale ebooks platform here. And just for the information of some faculty who were not aware of the package, the Gale Reference Complete is composed of 6 databases and one ebook platform. So we have the Gale Academic One file, Gale General One file, Gale Info Track Newsstand, um, Gale Literary Sources, Archives and Bound, and the Gale eBooks. So those are the components of our Gale Reference Complete package. Okay, so this is our URL and the password here. I'm not sure if this has been changed, but when I use the One World, I can already access. So this is your URL, and this is the password that the users can actually use to log in anywhere. So this is also your remote access. Now, when I log in and click this URL, you will be directed into this landing page. This is now your home page. So you can see here, University of San Carlos here. Now, you can actually click one by one for each of these products here if you would like to look for a certain article or title in your platform. But for the ease of everybody, we can actually use the power search, wherein you can just simply type in the word here. This is our search power search box here, and click on search. The system will look for that word in all of these databases that you have in your platform. So I would like to have an example. For example, COVID-19, since we are in pandemic right now. So let me try if we can get some resources related to our search word. Okay, now as you can see in this this is now our new image, our new platform. We revised the interface of our platform and make it more interactive and engaging for our students. And when we search for COVID-19 article, we have different resources that we can actually explore. As you can see, you have 8,398 academic journals. You have 1,003 books. You also have a million of news articles. You have images and some videos that you can actually explore. So these are the different materials or types of materials that we have in your platform. Now, if you want to filter the results on the right side of your screen, you can actually check the publication date or the subjects or the type of document that you are looking for. So if you want to narrow down your search to make it more, searchable, since this one has more than thousands of articles and even a million news articles. If you want to lower down the counts, so you can just filter your results here. So I'll take this first article here, COVID-19 and cytokine storm syndrome. Let me just explore this one. This is an updated article as published last June 2020. So this is now our article. And as you can see in this side, you can see different tabs. So these are our functionalities that we have in our platform. So we can get the citation format here. You can send this article into your Google Drive or OneDrive. You can download this article. You can print this article. You can even get this link here. When you click this get link, what you can see is your updated link, and you can select and save it to anywhere in your laptop or desktop. So if you want to go back to this article, you can just simply click that link and you will be directed directly into this article. You can also make highlights and notes in this article. And for you to be able, or for the students to be able to save documents in their Google Drive or OneDrive, they need to sign in with their personal Gmail or Microsoft account. So click this one, you will have another window where you can sign in. And since I'm already done signing in before, so it's already automatic, and you can see here, signed in Frederick. Now, when I have my personal Gmail link to the account, I can simply click this one, the Google Drive, and documents has already been saved to Google Drive, or simply the OneDrive for Microsoft account. You can also email this article to your friends or classmates who also would like to read the article, and you can just simply type in the email ad of the recipient, your email, and some message here. You can either send in full text or in PDF or just the citation. And click on send, automatic, it will be sent to the recipient in real time. Okay, so you can also translate this article into foreign languages. You can even change the font size here, and you can use the read speaker technology, which is actually best for visually impaired learners, or you can download it in the form of MP3. So anywhere you are, even if you are in a tricycle or jeep, you can listen to the article being read by the system once you save it into your smartphone or in your tablet. So you translate this article into foreign language, say for example Korean, and it will be translated in Korean. And when you use the read speaker technology as well, then it will be read in Korean. Whatever language you choose here, and you use the read speaker technology, you the read speaker will be the read speaker technology will be basing on the language that you choose. Okay, going back. So this is our journal article. Another improvement that we have is the interlink technology, which you can get more resources for you to expand your research. Say in this case, you can see a word here, infection, which is actually in hyphenated and color blue. You can just simply click this word and you will be able to get other resources. And if you want to expand further your research and talk about infection, then you can just simply click this suggested article here for no additional cost on San Carlos. They will already be able to access this article. So it will be opening in another window and you can check these resources as well. And the same functionalities that you can have here in your additional resources. Okay, I'd like to go to our ebooks part. So this is our ebooks collection. So right now we have several ebooks already that you purchased since before, and since we give you a 1,750 free ebooks for 1 year as part of the Gale Reference Complete, it is also included in your ebooks collection here. So on the left side, you can browse collections here. And for example, if you want to go for business titles, click on business since you have 42 ebooks under business, and you can simply click on this icon here, and it will direct you to the contents of that specific ebook. So you can see here the different volumes of this business plans handbook. Say for example, we'll choose the volume one, which is from 1993. And you can see the table of contents here about this publication, list of illustration, even the book index, and about the series. So you can just select which articles you would like to explore from this ebook, and you can still save this into your Google Drive and OneDrive. Now, just a note, we cannot save directly the entire content of the book one time. We have to save it article by article. This is for security reasons as well. So as you can see, this content level is at level 5. So that means that this article is mostly searched by our students or researchers. So this is an example of an article from the book Small Business Development Center. So again, you can save it to your Google Drive or OneDrive, and even you can download it in a PDF format as well. So there, this is our PDF being downloaded, and you can save it to your desktop or on your laptop or any device. Okay. Okay. So if you want to check other ebooks from other collections, you can also, for example, we'll go with medicine. So you have 92 ebooks under medicine here. So from current, these are the purchases that you made from say how many years already that we've been partnering with San Carlos. And I think for Gale Reference Complete, this is our second year for the GRC package. So you have your table of contents here also. And this is an example of our article. So you can click here, book view, if you want to, switch into book view. And then you can also toggle your screen into full screen. So the students can do that. So for them to easily read the article. And yeah. So the platform is very easy and very agnostic as well in dealing with discovery service. So we work with EBSCO Discovery Service and any discovery service that are available in the Philippine market. So there, so you don't have to worry about the discovery service as well. And if you want to integrate this into your LMS, we also work with Canvas, Schoology, Blackboard, and any other LMS available in the market. So this is very simple. We made it more user friendly as compared to our old platform. Right now, it's more engaging and interactive for the students for as long as um, they can all they can save all these documents, all articles in this platform into their Google Drive, and no limitations on saving the article. The beauty of it is even if the school will stop subscribing the Gale Reference Complete, those students who save articles in their Google Drive, they can still access those articles being saved in their Google Drive or OneDrive. Questions, Paul?
I think there's no question at this moment, Sir Fred.
Okay,
We
sure.
will just continue on to the next presenter and then we'll go back if they have some questions for all
Okay,
that was presented. Okay, thank
all
you.
right. Thank you.
So, Sir Christopher,
Hi,
yes po.
hi, good
You can
afternoon,
present now.
and I hope everybody in Cebu and in Philippines are safe and you're all in good shape and in good health. Yeah, let me just introduce myself. Reintroduce myself. I am Christopher. I'm actually from Bisaya. I am from Cebu. I am from Karkar, Cebu. I graduated in UC, and I have quite good friends in the University of San Carlos Theater Guild way back before, because I have collaboration works with because I'm a graduate of University of Cebu, and I am into theater. So yeah, so now I'm currently based in Singapore and currently working in World Scientific Publishing, handling Southeast Asian account. Let me just share my screen to you. Are you seeing my screen now?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Yeah. As I've said, yeah. That's. Let me just quickly introduce to you World Scientific, because maybe some of you might not know who is World Scientific. So let me just get you to World Scientific. World Scientific is established in 1981. Our headquarters in Singapore, and we have established our global offices in New Jersey. That's U.S., London, Taipei, Beijing, so on and so forth. We publish more than 600 books in a year and over 140 journals annually. In total, we have published more than 10,000 books in various fields of science, technology, medicine, and social sciences. We are proud to say that we are the exclusive publisher of Nobel Laureate Lecture Series and the Wolf Prize Lecture Series. This is our HQ in Singapore, and these are our global presence, our offices in different areas in the world. And we are proud to say that World Scientific and its imprints are known to publish titles by prominent scientists and researchers, in which many of these are Nobel laureates winners. There are some examples of the authors that we have on our author mix. And then World Scientific publishes across 11 subject collections. This is both for our print and ebooks and other electronic products. These are the subject areas that we are the disciplines that we have: mathematics, physics, nonlinear science, engineering, environmental science, medicine, healthcare, life sciences, business and economics, general science and popular science, and we have added social sciences and Asian studies. All right. Okay, let me just go ahead and onto your portal for today. Okay, for San Carlos, we have this consortium. You are part of this consortium, World Scientific 2016 First Philippine Consortium. All you have to do is just to click on this one, and we have okay. I have a landing page. Okay, I have actually probably because I am remotely outside Philippines, I cannot access on your particular portal. So I just had prepared the landing page. Actually, our landing page, World Scientific landing page. Basically, it looks like this. It is somehow this is a landing
Excuse
page.
me, sir.
Yes.
We are looking right now at the presentation, not on the browser.
Oh, okay. Yeah, are you seeing Word Scientific now on my screen?
It's the PowerPoint presentation, sir.
Okay, sorry. Let me just close this one. Right. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me just get you through this. Are you seeing now on the screen? Charlene, are you seeing anything?
Yes, sir. We are seeing
Okay, you're
University of
seeing.
San
Yes.
Carlos dry run.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this is your website, right? Your library system, right? You've seen this one. Okay. All you have to do is just to go.
No, we are seeing your
It's,
email, sir.
yes,
Sorry.
it's not the website,
What's
Not our
sir.
happening?
It's
website.
a chat room.
Okay. Sorry, what's happening on my screen? And then let me just stop sharing. Okay, I'm sorry about that earlier. So you're seeing now World Scientific 2016 First Philippine Consortia. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So all you have to do is just to click on this one, and it will lead you to a screen, a special landing page that we are actually a special custom tailored page, which it looks like this, because I've tried several times that I cannot access, probably because I'm remotely outside Philippines, so that's why I cannot access your Easy Proxy screen. So I'll just be giving you, I'm logged into World Scientific website consortia thing. Okay, let me just open it. Okay, hold on. Let me just. I cannot move my screen. Hold on. Let me just figure it out. Something is blocking on top of the screen on top. Hold on. Let me just take it out. And let me just open a bit. Okay, are you seeing now the consortium, First Philippine Consortium on the screen?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
We are seeing it.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. Let me just go through on this one. Okay, this is a special landing page. This is actually tailored for those members of the consortia, and then comprising all the titles that each of the consortium members had bought. And on this part, okay, let me just go through on this one. On this part, let me show you that there is, on this part, these are the list of institutions that had part of this consortia. This San Pedro College, Ateneo de Davao, University of San Carlos, of course, and Cebu Normal University, Holy Name University, Notre Dame of the Jangas. So these are the members of the consortia, and then these are the titles that this particular university had bought in. So these are a lot of titles. And then when you move around, you can also see Cebu Normal University and the list of titles, the subjects, and the list of titles that they've bought in, so on and so forth. And also the same thing with Ateneo de Davao, University of San Carlos, and the rest of the members. So what big advantage on having this consortia is that you can access also those titles from the other universities with other disciplines, of course. So that means pwede nyo pong i-access itong mga title na nabili ni San Pedro College, nabili ni Ateneo, yung Cebu Normal, Holy Name, Notre Dame. So lahat po yan, pwede nyo pong ma-access. Okay? Let me just show you. For example, if dito po kayo sa, ang discipline po natin is, let's try to check on a particular subject. Okay? For example, on computer science, and let's see on University of San Carlos. Okay? For University of San Carlos, as you can see, there were 3 titles that you have bought in under this consortia. So pagka nag-search po kayo ng computer science, ito po yung lalabas. Okay? And then, let's pretend if you are also into, you're a chemistry teacher, you wanted to check on a particular topic about carbohydrates. You can check on, you can put in on that under title, and then you can type in carbohydrates. Okay? You can see there's one title that's under chemistry. So yeah, and then you can just click on the title. You can go ahead and it will lead you to a particular book page that you can see this particular orange color. You have access to this book because the full access, because you are logged into a particular library portal. So you have full access on this one. You can check also on the different chapters. Yeah, you can go on and checking on it. And then, for example, if you want to check on structure and biological rules, so you can also check preview if you wanted to check on what particular topic that you want to see and what particular thing that you want to see. So you can check on the view abstract. Okay, if you like whatever you see in it, and then you can just click on abstract. And then this is the same abstract that you have been viewing earlier, okay? And then if you liked it and if it satisfies you of whatever you like, whatever you need, you can click on View PDF. Click on View PDF, and then upon opening the View PDF, it is actually you're opening an e-reader. An e-reader opens up, and then the good thing with this e-reader, it doesn't need to specially installed, and it's compatible to all browsers. Yeah. Okay. And from here, you can play around. You can play around. You can check on. As you can see, there were about 22 pages of this particular chapter. Shall I say, if you wanted to check on page 16 of this particular chapter, click on the arrow, and it will lead you to the page 16 of this particular chapter. You could also opt to check and. If you wanted to read via a single page or a double page, you can easily change it. Yeah. And then you could also zoom in and zoom out. You could also search. You could also do the search of a particular keyword, like, for example, biological. This particular search is based on, it is on the PDF file only. Okay, so you just search, and then there's an arrow that leads you to a different pages wherein you can find the word keyword biological. So you can just go ahead and click on the arrow, and it will lead you to a different thing. Okay, and then the most important, I guess the most important part for ebook is actually this one, which is the download button. Okay. This blue color download button is, once you click it, it will go to your immediate hard drive. And then for ebook, there's no restrictions for copy, paste, saving file, and printing. But the document come out with a watermark, and we will know when was it downloaded. And the watermark, that is something to say that it is not something that is not to pass around. Okay. And then, all right, coming back to the abstract page, okay? Coming back to the abstract page, on this particular tools, there is download citations, which is, I guess, most of the librarians are very familiar with, and most of the librarians are subscribed to this RIS, EndNote, and BibTeX, and so on and so forth. These are actually software for managing references and organizing and formatting references. You can just direct import and download, and then it will copy paste and you're done. For Word Scientific, our ebooks, print, and journals is actually housed in this particular portal, which is wordscientific.com. And it is actually a platform which is extremely integrated platform. All right. And then by clicking on our logo, somehow if you wanted to check on other subjects that World Scientific that you might be interested in, some other subjects and areas that World Scientific that you feel that it's not part of your consortia, so you could check on the subjects that World Scientific has. Okay, like for example, you wanted to check on the engineering. Okay, and these are the sub-discipline for engineering. Yeah. And then you could see also our listed journals for this engineering, and then new titles, new reviews, bestsellers, classic titles, so on and so forth. And if you wanted to receive any updates and latest releases from World Scientific, you can click on subscribe. You can click on subscribe, and then you can see the latest publications, special offers from World Scientific. And then, of course, you can choose of any subject areas of discipline that you're interested in. And for the librarians, you could also check if you wanted to receive a newsletter for a particular subject. You can just click on here, and then you can fill in this part wherein you can fill in your email addresses, and then you can just submit. And World Scientific will be happy to serve you, to give you our latest updates on latest releases and other things that's happening with World Scientific. And that ends my talk. And then actually, I wanted to specify that this particular consortium, which started the first Philippine consortium for World Scientific, is actually free of use for all of you. And we wanted you to utilize this particular platform. As what had Kevin Conrad, our first speaker this afternoon, said that to maximize all available information and resources, and to support instructions and learning research. This is free of charge. This is already on your system. You can just utilize it. You can just use it. And then, yeah, World Scientific will be happy to serve you. Yeah, again, thank you so much for inviting us. And thank you so much for the time that you have spent. All right. Thank you, Ms. Mary.
You're welcome, sir. So at this time, you don't have any questions for the presenters? Anyone from? I think there's no more question. Ma'am Kwan?
Yes, Miss Mary.
No questions from your end?
I haven't seen any. I already responded to some.
Okay. So now we move on to Miss Charlene. Perhaps we can share screen. Okay. To continue on, to access our online resources, just go to https://easyproxy.usc.edu.ph. You can also take a photo so that you can use it as your reference. Then, next please. Okay, so to access your electronic resources, especially from the library system, please take note that the username and password is flashed on screen. So you can also take a photo of it so that you can use it while you are accessing our online resources for the library. Next, please. Okay. If during your search or during your access to our online resources, this screen will pop up. Please don't panic. Just click the advanced tab you can see there on screen so that you will be redirected. To the link. So you go on to press the link and you will be redirected to our website. Next, please. Okay, just a reminder to everyone. kindly answer the evaluation form. I think Sir Mark already, I think you can see it over the chat box so that you can get your certificate. We would also appreciate your comments so that we can improve our presentation in the future. So what else? Okay. You can also contact us via email, via the library website, the Facebook and Instagram. You may take a photo if you want. And then, next please. Okay. I think we're about to end our presentation. I hope we have delivered an informative afternoon in the safety of your home. We hope that you will stay safe and well, but stay connected with your library. Mom Con, any words for closing? Ay, okay. Mom Con, you're back?
Just like to say thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Dear faculty, thank you for the support. I'm back. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you to our speakers and the participants. See you next time.
Bye, ma'am. Bye,
you.
Ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Sir Alan, Sir Frederick, Sir Christopher, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Ma'am
ma'am.
Con. Next month na po, Ma'am Con.
Puhon.
Sige, ma'am. Ayayo mo diya, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Salamat.
Thank
Ayaw
you,
ko din
sir.
tanan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.